Pedro is the project and technical coordinator of the READ project, and he will share some information with us about the digital product passport with integrated CO₂ consumption tracking.
Okay, thank you. Perfect. Can you see my screen?
Yes, yes.
Okay, perfect. I will start with the presentation. As Elena says, I'm the technical responsible of READ. READ is. I will give you a general overview about what is the READ. Like other siblings project that already has explained what is manufacturing as a services, they have perfectly explained it. So what is different in READ is we are offering a manufacturing as a service, but for bulky components, for big components. And why for big components? Because it poses many challenges. Some of them is, as you see in the photo, pieces can be like 4 or 5 meters long, weight 2 or 3 tons. So it's very difficult to handle. It's the process to align, to assemble, to machine them has a lot of manual process, and it's create hazardous working conditions. Also, since they are big pieces, the batches are small. It's not a repetitive way. So we are doing very specific pieces, very difficult to produce pieces because some of them are quite complex. So the idea is to help in the process to not to be so demanding the high expertise of the worker that works with the piece. And also these pieces are very expensive. So we need to be good in our first trial. We don't have the opportunity to fail because some of these pieces can cost many thousand euros, many thousand euros. So to do that, as our previous project has explained, as Lasser for MaaS has explained, we also have like 2 pillars, the hardware pillar and the software pillar. So we have digital twins in the software pillar to improve the efficiency, but also in the hardware we are offering different services, different assets to align the piece, to improve the drill, to improve the quality of the drill. Also, we are offering a visual monitoring system because these pieces are the time to produce one of these pieces maybe is like a couple of weeks, some of them. So the customers need to have in present time all information about the progress of the piece. Later I will explain in detail how we are dealing with sharing information through DPP and through data spaces. And of course, as we have one of our objectives is to demonstrate the use of READ in real industry. Who we are? We are a group of technology providers like Motherworks, like Netcompany, Intrasoft, like Soraluse. Also end users, some large end users like Komatsu, that is in the yellow sector, but also small SMEs related with drilling and industry, and also research and technological center like Sintef, Ideco, Ibermática, the University of Darmstadt. So trying to focus in DPP, I will try to offer a first glance about how is the process in READ. In READ, we are thinking in a manufacturer as a service platform. So we have like a common phase that for all this type of platform that is, okay, we need to, the manufacturer register their capacities, their information of the plant, the capabilities, capacities, and production cost. But here, later we have something that is very specific of READ, that is, okay, once we have all this plant information in our system, customer is going to request a quotation, but since this quotation maybe is the first time that the manufacturer produced this piece, the system must match between the capabilities and the order. It's not one by one. I mean, it's here the capabilities are to produce the pieces. So we have the length, or we have the capability to produce this type of length pieces, or this to blend this amount of steel, but we have like a strong dealing with how to match between order and production. Okay, once also to provide the quotation, since maybe you have not produced this type of pieces as a manufacturer, or you have produced not a lot of times, we are offering different artificial intelligence tools, digital twins to to help to provide quotation. The different manufacturers offer different quotation to some asking for some order request, and one of them is selected. It can be selected by price, by time, by CO₂ emission, by quality. Different quotation can offer different advantage. So once some producer has been chosen, the platform REIT help to produce this part according to specification. Always we are updating the platform with information. As I said, since this process can last many days, even weeks, so we are always updating information to the general platform. We have a very strong point in environmental impact. The platform is always tracking, because these pieces, depending how you produce it, has a different environmental impact, and the environmental impact of each piece is quite high. Also, we are monitoring the manufacturing process to ensure the quality, to ensure the needs of the client. And once all this information, when the piece is produced, we put the important information in a digital product passport, and we deliver the piece to the customer, and we share the digital product passport. So if we go more in detail in how we deal with environmental impact, the idea is we are dealing with LCA models that has the mathematical models to deal with environmental impact, and we use two types of data: background data, because maybe it's the first time that you produce this piece, so we are using information from the past or information from other sources, trying to during the simulation, trying to offer a footprint simulation, but also for ground data, real data from the production partners when we are producing the piece. So during the simulation, the idea is we are offering different configuration that is going to offer different environmental impact. So the idea is to simulate and forecast the environmental impact before implementing. So we are using background data. And once we are producing the real piece, we are going to monitoring tool phase, and we are recording information from the system. We are using the LCA models to offer real data about the environmental impact of the pieces. And we are recording all this information in the digital product passport. So it's further step to explain it is, okay, we have the quotation phase, and during monitoring phase, we request data from the DPP. We are requesting data from the sensors. Also, with this information, we are uploading it to our life cycle environment performance model, and it is going to offer information about the impact of the piece related with footprint simulation. And we are going to use asset administration, so we are going to store the data in a DPP. So what is a DPP? As many of, well, I suppose that all of us know that, but what is a DPP is unstructured digital data that is going to accompany, is going to every product, not every, but many of the product that is going to be produced and sold in the European Commission is going to have a DPP. The idea is this DPP is going to offer the information through the whole life of the product, from the design, producing, and recycle, from the manufacturing, consumption, and recycling. The idea is to promote the circular economy, to offer information that helps to reuse the product, that helps to repair, and also at the end to helps to recycle the product. The idea is also that helps to optimize the supply chain, because we can share some key information, always through a regulatory compliance, and always offering relevant information, both for consumers and for authorities. But this DPP is quite new. The law that the ASPR law, the Eco Design for Sustainable Product Regulation, it was adopted 1 year ago in 2024. And the 2025 was the standardization about what the law talk about the DPP. And we are still here. There is not mandatory DPPs by now, but in less than 1 year, on 1 year, the DPP is going to be mandatory for batteries, and following year, also 2027, is going to be adopted like mandatory by other things like the steel, tires, even still. And this is a process that we have just started now, but it's going to go, as I said, to all the product, or many of the product that is going to have their own DPP. It's going to be compulsory. But the law would talk about the DPP. The law says that it offers general knowledge. It's not very, it says that it has to have a unique and constant identifier that must be physical on the product, packaging, or documentation. So every product should have like a unique number, unique plate. Also need to offer a way to protect the data, and also says that the documentation should have different layers. Maybe it's some public information, but also information for the following parts of the process with more detail. And what is most important is the technological neutrality. It doesn't impose any specific technology, but the technology that any DPP use should be interoperable, should be that can be allow the data portability, because the idea is to go with the product during the whole life. So the idea is to this data should be portable. Also always based on a standard, interoperable, and machine readable. So because it should be transferable, so the idea is that all should be based on standards. So THIRPAS is another European project that was like maybe it's the first of the leader of the DPP in research. So we have learned about some of their best practice. So they define some of the things that we are using. For instance, they define different clear roles, the economical responsible of the product, but also the public authorities or the end users. Also provide how to regulate the access to the information by role. Different roles should have different access to the data. Also talk about what type of information, what type of data, format data we should use, and recommend JSON LD like by default. But in the case of the industrial sector, like in REIT, also recommend the asset administration cell as a way of complementary industrial model. And in this context, IDTA, the International Digital Twin Association, is defining different assets, different EES with meta models, and some of them, for instance, we've seen that they are producing for the digital battery passport, also the production carbon footprint. So different submodels is going to be produced by IDTA. So also THIRPAS talk about the verified credentials to the identity, the roles, that information should be signature that must be trusted. It talk about blockchain to strengthen the trust between the different actors, also to verify the information that the integrity of the information on DPP hasn't changed, since it's going to last many years, to offer not alteration proof. So all these things follow to how in REIT we are proposing. This is my last slide, so I will try to explain in detail. Okay, we have some economic roles. Is in our case is, for instance, Komatsu, that is one of our partners that are producing one piece. So each of our manufacturers is going to have a server, an asset administration server. This asset administration server is going to have different models, different templates for the type of pieces that they produce. This model doesn't has data. It's like the template of how which data should be stored. Okay, maybe if we are the first step in the process, we are going to start here, but we think that we are going to be in a supply chain. So we are going to use like a data connector. We are going to access to previous DPP data that of the piece, but also we are going to collect data from the previous step of the process, but also for the life cycle, for the footprint data, vibration data, some measures of the different information that the template asks. We are going to ask for real data, or we are going to produce an instance. An instance has public information but also private submodels with information that maybe is useful for a maintainer, for a recycle later. So we are storing information. Once we have produced the piece and collect all the information, we use blockchain to ensure that no one's changed the information, to offer this trustnet that we said that was important. Okay, later we need to publish this data. How we are going to publish this data? We are going to have an API that is going to interact with the instances and is going to produce different the DPPs. Okay, we are going to access to the information, and we are going to provide a way of accessing the data. Okay, what is a way of accessing the data? This DPP should be accessible for any end user that has the product. So we are going to have a way of accessing the data in a web page. So we need to offer a unique identifier creator. We are going to offer this plate, this unique number that is going to be one by one with the instance, and is going to be exposed, is going to be shared through the DPP data repository. And of course, we are going to use one of our end users access to the data. He can access in two ways. One is using this barcode that is in the product. So it's going to ask for this information since the role is public data, is going to access to the API, and we are going to offer through the identity credentials and through credentials, we are going to offer information to the end user and also by a web page. But when a supply chain actor asks for information, this same DPP is going to have more submodels. As I said, we are offering information depending on the role. So we are going to have private data, and we are going to offer information that maybe for this supply chain actor is important to maintain the product or to know about the quality. So we are going to offer both flavors, public information for the end users, but also we know that we are in a chain and where we are offering more detailed information through credentials. So we are going to offer this publishing information, and we are offering different type of user interface to access to the data. And that's all for me.
Thank you very much, Pedro. I have a quick question for you regarding the READ platform. I don't know if it is possible to support the integration of the DPP and the CO₂ tracking, and if yes, in what ways?
Yeah, we are going to integrate both. So for us, we are going to produce a DPP. Okay, the DPP is going to have information coming from the sensors, coming from the MaaS, from the system. We are going to, depending on the template, but we are going to complete the template. But also, we are going to, one of our key elements is the CO₂ emission, the life cycle environmental performance model. So the idea is, okay, with this information coming from the sensor, we are going to offer the scores of the LCA. And this information is going to be also, we are going to store in DPP both information coming from the sensors, but also information coming from the environmental monitoring tool.